Yeah. Let's see if anybody jumps on real quick. Hello.
Hello.
No one on yet.
We're on. Nobody on yet. Okay.
They'll jump on in a second. They've probably been waiting.
Oh, wait. Are we early?
No.
Oh, no,
I actually
no.
were. There's one.
Yay.
Hello.
Good morning. Yay. All right. Good morning, everyone. I'm Liz Hoffman with the Woodlands Yoga Studio. So welcome this morning. This is graduation day for us, right? And I'll talk about that in just a minute. But I did want to say a couple things just for the studio and what we have going on here. We will be officially opening next Monday, right? May 18th. And in coordination with following all the guidelines and everything, please check out the website and look at the student protection plan. Sue is following all the guidelines that Governor Abbott is recommending, and this studio will be clean and spick and span and ready to go for you. Just make sure that when you're coming, you need to sign up ahead of time. We are limited to 20 people in here. I think that's the correct amount. So just to keep the spacing and social distancing and that kind of thing. So do check that out. And I do want to throw a huge thank you out to all of you that have been donating. You have absolutely saved us, and that's helping us cover rent and everything else. So we just really appreciate you. So thank you so much. So today, right, it's graduation day. So those of you that don't know, I have a senior, and we were kind of worried that there would not be like an official day for them to graduate. And so the high school has implemented, it's now June 2nd, so I'm very excited. I can actually put a date on his graduation announcement. So, and he will be attending the University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign, and he's going to be with the Granger College of Engineering. He'll be studying electrical engineering, just like my father did. So I am very excited for him and what lies ahead for him. But I thought I'd share with you, I was very moved by my own graduation, and this was from college. I graduated in 1992 from Occidental College, and Maya Angelou was our commencement speaker. Lucky, right? But I'll say this, here's what's funny though, Bill Cosby was actually supposed to be the commencement speaker. So, it's a good thing that just didn't happen. So anyway, I will share with you some of her little tidbits of wisdom that she shared with us. And so how she started off the commencement speech was, and I'm going to ask you this as well, is how did you get here today? Right? How did you get here today? Where you are in this moment. And then she said, I'll tell you how you got here. Lots of folks paid for you to get here. Lots of folks way before you were born and way before you came of age paid for you to get here, right? Then she told us about her own forebears, and she told us about the African American slaves in the wretched slave galleys, shackled and chained and huddled torturously in those horrible galleys. They paid for her to get here, right? She testified. Then she told us about Miss Culture Lady in her girlhood church in Stamps, Arkansas. Then she told us about an old dignified literary woman in Stamps who had invited her to her house for tea. She told us about how that old woman had planted seeds of literary hope in young Maya Angelou's heart. Because there at tea, she had introduced little Maya to Charles Dickens, right? And A Tale of Two Cities. So that's where it started, right, for her. All those people paid for me to get here today, right? She testified. The slaves, Miss Culture Lady, and the old literary woman at tea reading Charles Dickens. So thinking about that, who paved the way for you to get where you are today, right? And I'm hoping my son thinks about this as well. So, and then I'll share with you at the end what she said too. So with that in mind, little graduation day, kind of from our quarantine too, and opening the studio next week, we are very excited. Take a comfortable seat and allow those sit bones to root down. And then just bringing some awareness to the breath and the movement of the rib cage. Take your hands and just wrap them gently around the sides of your ribs. Yeah. And then just close your eyes if that's available. If not, a soft gaze on the floor. And then notice on the inhale the movement of the rib cage. And notice on the exhale as well. Good, 2 more. Great. From this expansive quality, let's begin with 3 ohms. So draw your palms together in front of your hearts and join with me through the vibration and sound of Om. Let's clear the lungs, so take a nice deep inhale. And exhale, let it go through the mouth. Good. And inhale, we'll begin. Softly bow your head in the direction of your heart. Release your hands to your thighs and slowly open up your eyes. And I'm going to throw out a little chair for my son here. Go Fighting Illini, right? Okay, so a little bit for the neck. If you want to change the cross of your legs, if you've been sitting in the same position here, go ahead and do that. And we did this one last week. So you're going to take your right hand back behind, and then with your left hand, just kind of grab onto that palm and encourage the arm a little closer over if you can, right? And with this one's for the neck here, right? So we're going to softly gaze up at that left corner, right corner, and then come back center, and then look down at the floor. Yeah, and again, up center, and up at the right corner, yeah. And then center, and down at the floor. Yeah, let's do 2 more. And if you find a spot where you want to kind of just hang out, that's fine too. And then come back center, good. And look down. And then 1 more, center. And look up at that right corner. Yeah, and then center. And then down. Good, and then center, awesome. And then gently release. And let's switch. All right, so from here we're going to look up at the left corner, yeah, and then center, and then down at the floor. And again, center, and look up to the left, yeah, center, and down. That's it, 2 more, center, and look up, center, and look down. Yep, center, and look up. Very nice, center, and then look down, last one. Good, and then gently release. Shrug those shoulders out, and then let's set up for down dog. So come onto your hands and knees. Nancy, I hope you and Jack are practicing here. So from your hands and knees, spread those fingers nice and wide. Good. Scoot your knees a little further back. Tuck your toes, and then when you're ready, up and back you go. Good, and then feel free to move it out here, just bending 1 knee at a time, and walk your dog. Woo, got some tight legs today. How about you? Huh? Yeah. Good.
Danny says hi.
Oh, hey Danny, yay! Good. All right, and you guys, here, start to walk your hands back towards your feet. Let's take Uttanasana at the back of our mat. Good. And Barbara, I hope you get to see us today too. I saw you on there last week. Grab onto your elbows and gently nod, yes and no. Yeah. Firm the muscles in your legs. Place your hands on your hips. Extend your spine and inhale, rise all the way up. Very nice. And then exhale, hands to your heart. Fantastic. So walk to the top of your mat. Totally forgot about that. So from the top of your mat, here we go, and now stretch out. Exhale, dive forward. Boy.
You won't be the first.
Inhale, halfway lift, oh my gosh. And exhale, fold, right? Bend your knees, place your hands. You know what, it's quarantine brain, that's what it way back. Hop if you like down dog. Good. I knew I had something planned. Inhale, come forward into plank pose, and then exhale, lower down. Good. So we're gonna work through a little bit of some kind of kid stretch-ish movements here from Sphinx. So prop up on your elbows. And I'm gonna bend my knees for this one. And that gives me a little more access to push my knees down into the floor. So here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna push your forearms, your elbows here too, right? And your knees into the floor. And as you're doing that, you're trying to lift a little higher, right, with the chest. I want you to keep a tone in your belly, and that's gonna protect the low back as well. All right, so here we go. We're gonna do let's do 3 of them, right? So we'll bend those knees and then press down into the floor with those forearms and into your, press your knees down as well. Good. Press a little harder. Yeah. Good, now press as hard as you can. Yeah. Try to broaden your chest though. Good, and then release. Yeah. And then stack your palms, forehead down for a moment. All right, here we go, second set, all right? So up you come, bend the knees. And again, we're gonna push down into the mat. Push down with about, let's go 25% with what we can do. Good, push your knees down too. It's gonna force you to tone your belly doing that as well. Now go 50. Now 75, right? Again, pushing away a little more. Now go as hard as you can. You guys are doing great. Yeah. Woo! And then release. Yeah. All right, last one, best one. Here we go. Bend the knees. Prop back up. So what the heck is this doing, right? So it's creating a little more extension in the thoracic spine, right? And then we'll test this out, our range of movement, at least in our cat and cow from here. All right, so here we go, Sphinx, one last time. So push down into the mat with those forearms, go 25% of what you can do. So something that's sustainable. Push your knees down as well. And I'm squeezing my butt as well. Good, now go 50. 75. Get taller. Now go 100. Woo! And then release. Very nice. Rest for a moment. Good. And then find your way up on your hands and knees. And now let's work through an articulated cat and cow. So all that is, it's working one vertebra at a time, right? Is what we're trying to do. So everyone come on up into cat pose. So round your back up. Yeah. This one the thoracic spine really likes, right? And we were doing the opposite with Sphinx. So round up towards the sky, tuck your chin. Good. Now try to keep this rounding throughout the body, but start cow just in your tail, right? Just the tail, the low back. Good, and then start to move up your middle back. And see if you can kind of visualize one vertebra at a time moving. Yeah, and then take it into that thoracic spine. And maybe notice, hey, I got a little more extension, right, after doing Sphinx. Good, and then broaden your chest and energetically try to pull the heels of the hands towards your knees. Good. And then keep cow now, but start cat just in your tail. Good, low back. Excellent. And then try in the thoracic spine, one vertebra at a time. All of those vertebrae want to go at once, right? All 12 of them want to round up. Good. And then tuck the chin very last. Awesome. Let's do one more. So keep your cat, but start your cow just in the tail, right? And again, just work your way methodically and slowly up, trying to keep that extension. Yeah. Good. And then try to pull the hands towards the knees to create more of that Sphinx effect. Good, and lift your chin. Awesome. And then one more cat. Here we go. So starting just in your tail, so keep cow everywhere else that you can. And moving up the spine. Yeah. Good, good, good. Awesome. And then tuck your chin and take a breath here. Fantastic. And then gently release, take a brief child's pose. Stretch the arms out in front. and then come onto your hands and knees. Very nice. And let's find that down dog again. So tuck your toes and then up and back you go. Yeah. So I want to know, how did you get here today, right? Who paved the way for you? How did you get here? And then start to walk your hands back towards your feet. I know for sure I've had a village behind me, right? So grab your elbows. Firm the muscles in your legs. Hands on your hips, extend your spine, and inhale, rise all the way up. Good, and exhale, hands to your heart. Awesome. Okay, so walk back to the top of your mats, and let's work a little crescent pose. So with the feet hip distance apart here, inhale, stretch up. Good, with your right hand, grab onto your left wrist. Root down into your feet and stretch up and over to the right. Hips go to the left. Yeah, good. Open up that chest. Yeah, and breathe. Good. Tony, I hope you're practicing too. Yeah. Good, inhale, come back center, and exhale, release. All right, second side, inhale. Good, with your left hand, grab onto your right wrist and stretch up and over to the left.
Say hello to John C.
Oh, John, yes. John, I want to know how your knees are doing. Yes. I've got some stuff we're doing today actually for knees, so be good. Very nice. Inhale, come back center. Good. And exhale, release. Fantastic. So now let's take a similar movement here, but we're going to focus on the IT band area and the quadratus lumborum in the back, which tends to get tight for a lot of us. So go ahead and take your right leg behind. And then your left leg, you can have a slight bend in there. In fact, that'll give you a little bit of leverage. It's the back leg that's the key. That's the side we're stretching. So you want to keep the back leg nice and straight. So inhale, stretch the arms up. Good. Now with the left hand, take hold of the right wrist, and we're going to stretch up and over to the left. Good. You guys feel that all the way down, right? So shift the hips even a little bit more to the right. Yeah. And you can bend even lower in that left knee. Yeah. You guys see how I'm doing that? I've got a strong bend in the front knee. Good. Inhale, come back center. Fantastic. And exhale, release. Okay, now step the left foot back behind. And then the right leg is going to bend. It kind of looks, well, you know, those are my ballet people. It kind of is like fourth position-ish. Yeah? Mm-hmm. All right, yeah. Inhale, stretch up. Good. With your right hand, grab onto your left wrist and stretch up and over. Good. So shift the hips a little more to the left. You can bend into this right knee and get that good stretch. Yeah. Very nice. And then inhale, come back center, and exhale, release. Okay, let's get moving again. So from the top of your mats here, and I'm gonna add in a little core. This is just for you, Eileen and BJ, right? Oh yeah, oh, and Kim, yeah, you too. All right, so from the top of our mats, here we go. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Good, bend your knees and place your hands. Inhale, step or walk back to your downward dog. All right, so we're going to end up in Anjane, but we are going to do a little core work to get here. So inhale, float your right leg up and back. And then exhale, bring your right knee towards your nose. So push away and use your core here. Good, inhale, press back again. You got it. Exhale, knee to nose. Fantastic, and again, inhale, lift. And exhale, round, hover here, hover, hover, hover. And then step your right foot through. And then lower that left knee to the floor. Very nice. And then come on up. So we'll back out first, just kind of soften in your pose, right? And then create the energetics here. So with your front heel and your back knee, squeeze the legs towards one another so you feel the muscles engage in your legs. And then from your pelvis, can you go a little deeper and extend out through your bones? Yeah. Tone your belly and lengthen your spine. Inhale, stretch all the way up with those arms. Broaden your chest. Bring your throat slightly back. Beautiful. And then release, touch down, and step back, down dog. Good. Inhale, mighty blanket. I know you've missed this one, Barbara. All right, so push away here. And then try to widen your hands and hug it back towards your toes. And then from your pelvis, extend it, lengthen out through the top of your head. Good. And then lower down. Awesome. Let's try those cobra hovers here. So hands are a little bit wider than the shoulders, just to create some space. Tone your belly. Keep the toes down. Inhale, lift and hover. And And exhale, lower. And again, inhale. And exhale. And one more, inhale. And exhale. Great, and then press your way back down, dog. And maybe notice, you know what, those cobra hovers weren't as hard as they normally are, right? Just from doing some sphinx and then the cat and cow we did. So here we go, left leg. Inhale, stretch the left leg up and back, and exhale, bend your knee to nose. Do it again, inhale. And exhale. Awesome, one more, inhale. And exhale, now hold, hover, hover, hover. And now step your left foot through. Good, lower your right knee to the floor. Have padding back there if you need it, of course, and then back out. Good, now hug the front heel and the back knee, squeeze them towards one another, and then from your pelvis, extend and lengthen back out. Tone your belly, get tall, inhale, stretch up. Good, and then broaden your chest, throat back. Good, and then touch down, very nice, and then step back down, dog. On your next inhale, step forward, walk forward. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Good, and exhale, fold. Nice. Firm the muscles in your legs, hands on your hips, extend your spine, inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Let's do that again, and we'll add a little crescent in there with the arms. So inhale, stretch up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Good, bend your knees, place your hands, step or walk back, downward dog. Good, so let's start with the left leg first this time. So inhale, stretch that left leg up and back. Good, exhale, knee to nose. You got this, two more, inhale. And exhale. Come on, Joanne, inhale. And exhale, woo, hold, step it through. Awesome, lower that right knee. Come on up. Same thing again, so back out, good, and then hug your front heel and back knee, squeeze in, and then lengthen back out. Tone your belly, get tall, inhale, stretch up. Good, with your left hand, take hold of that right wrist and stretch up and over to the left. Right, so that stretches all the way down this right side of the body. Good, inhale, come back center, touch down. Exhale, step back down, dog. Inhale, mighty blanket. Push away here. Feel free to do this on your knees, right? Good. And then try to widen the hands and hug them back towards your toes. Mary Branson, how many minutes are you at on your plank, right? And then exhale, lower down. Good. All right. Cobra hovers. Point those toes, connect them into the mat. Inhale, lift and hover. Good. Exhale, lower. Two more. Inhale. And exhale. And one more, inhale. And exhale, good, and press your way back, downward dog. All right, here we go, right leg, inhale, float it up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Good, inhale, stretch it up and back. And exhale. Awesome, one more, inhale. And exhale, hold, hold, hold. Step it through. Good, and then lower your left knee and come on up. Very nice. So back out, and then hug your front heel and back knee, squeeze them towards one another so you feel the muscles in the legs. And then from your pelvis, extend back out, tone your belly. Inhale, stretch up. Good. With your right hand, take hold of the left wrist and stretch up and over to the right. So now you're stretching that whole left line of the body. Yeah. Woo! Yeah, very nice. Feel those hip flexors on that back leg. Oh, yeah. Inhale, come back center, touch down. And exhale, step back down. Good. All right, on your next inhale, step forward, walk forward. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Nice. Firm the muscles in your legs, hands on your hips, extend your spine. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Fantastic. Okay, so from the top of your mats, shout out to Sherry Rhodes there. How are you and how's your daughter doing? I'm so excited for her, right, to be starting at UVA. Okay, so here we go. We're going to cross the right elbow above the left. So you're going to give yourselves a big hug here. Yeah, good. So here's the movement that we're going to do. We're going to do a little tilt to the right. You're going to keep the elbows hugging in. Let me turn sideways so you can see. And then you're gonna lift your chest up, yeah. And then over to the left, and then you're gonna come forward. So our focus here is kind of isolating the torso and just kind of moving that and circumducting it, if you will, right? Okay, so here we go, right? Sky, left, and then forward. Yeah, and again, to the right. Now lift up, but keep the elbows hugging in, yeah. So think kind of cow on your back, right? And then left, and then here's our cat. One more, tilt, yep, up, left, and around. Good, and then undo. Good. All right, I think we have the right arm on top. Yeah, okay, switch it. All right, so here we go. Now we're gonna reverse the direction here. So to the left, yeah, up to the sky, right, and then around. Woo, gosh. Yep, left, up, right, and then forward. You guys like this one? I love this one. Yeah. Up, right, good, and then around. Woo, and then let it go. Great. Okay, here we go. We got warrior two on deck and a little side angle. So I don't think you really don't need, well, blocks today. I guess maybe we are doing triangle after that, so maybe for that. But here we go. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Good. Bend your knees. Place your hands. Inhale, step your right foot back to a lunge. Great. Now place your right heel to the floor so the right foot's now parallel with the back of the mat. Good. And you're lined up front heel to back arch. Up you come, warrior two. All right, so we'll open up those arms. Good. And just be mindful, check that front knee. Very nice. Good. And then flip your left palm to face the sky. Reverse your warrior. So your legs stay the same, right? It's just the upper body that moves. Awesome. And then inhale, come back up. Good. And then exhale, modified side angle. And I'll show you what we're doing today. So left forearm comes down. And then the right arm traditionally comes across your ear, right? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I wanna target back here in the QL region and get a little bit more into that side body. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna take this right hand and you're gonna kind of reach over towards the floor and then reach this right rib cage up towards the sky. You guys feel that? Woo! Good. Now recreate your side angle and see if that doesn't maybe give you a little bit more spaciousness, right? A feeling of space, being spacious. Good. Very nice. And then touch down. Fantastic. Step back, down dog. Inhale, mighty plank. Good. So push away here. Lisa Hines, I hope you're out there doing your plank, right? And then try to widen your hands and hug them back towards your feet. And then from your pelvis, create length. And exhale, lower down. Awesome. Okay, this time arms at your sides. Hands into fists. Connect the toes into the mat. Inhale, lift your chest. Good, now lift your arms as high up as you can and hug the arms even closer together. Good, and then from your pelvis, can you extend and lengthen out through the top of your head to lift higher? Great, and then release and exhale, press back down dog. Good. All right, so inhale, step your right foot forward. And then pivot the left heel to the floor. So I have my back towards you. Come on up, warrior two. Good. Just check that front knee alignment. Now flip the right palm to face the sky, reverse your warrior. Good, inhale back up, and exhale, let's take a little modified side angle. So right forearm comes down, left arm over your ears, this is kind of the traditional pose. And then let's stretch, right, actually this is kind of nice because you guys can see what I'm talking about. Right, the QL is right back in here. So you're gonna kind of reach the left hand towards the floor, the diagonal, kind of towards the left corner of your mat, your left front corner. Good. Barbara, the front corner, not the side corner. And then reach your left rib cage up. So think cat pose. Ooh, you guys feel that? Yummy. Getting right into those intercostal muscles too, right? The muscles between the ribs. Fantastic. And then come back to your side angle. So now open back up. See if you don't have a little bit more freedom here. Good. Awesome. And then release, touch down, step back down, dog. Good. Nice. Okay, on your next inhale, step forward, walk forward. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Nice. Firm the muscles in your legs, hands on your hips, extend your spine, inhale, rise up, and exhale, hands to your heart. Great. Okay, so here let me show where we're gonna go with our triangle pose. So kind of similar, we'll do warrior two, we'll do reverse, right? And then we'll come into triangle pose, right? And we'll do the same kind of thing we did in side angle. So you're gonna reach the top arm kind of down towards the floor, just to stretch out here, right? And then we'll come back here, and then maybe extend the bottom arm. Oh yeah, it'll be great. Okay, here we go from the top of our mats. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, dive forward. You guys are doing great. This is the last sunset, right? Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Nice, bend your knees, place your hands. Inhale, step your left foot back first. Good. Now pivot that left heel to the floor, come on up, warrior two. Same sequence. Good. Check that front knee. Flip your right palm to face the sky, reverse your warrior. Good. Now stay here, but straighten your right leg. Yeah. Good, and then up we come. Straight legs here. Inhale, get nice and tall, and then exhale, reach over your front leg, touch down. So here, if you need a block, you can use a block here, or a set of books is fine too. Great. And then take this left arm across your ear. And stretch. We got serratus anterior going on. Good. Now, just like we did in side angle, you're gonna reach this left hand towards that left front corner of your mat and round your back. Round that left rib cage up towards the sky. Good, now open back up. And then if you like, take this right hand and extend. It's super fun, you gotta try it. Good, and then touch down, wasn't that fun? And then step back down dog. Good. Inhale, mighty plank. Great, so push away here, and then try to widen your hands and hug them back towards your toes. And then from your pelvis, extend and lengthen out. Good, and exhale, lower down. Good, and again, arms in our sides. Hands into fists. Toes connect into the mat. Inhale, lift your chest. Good, so you gotta brace your belly here, and then lift the arms as high as you can, and hug them towards one another. Yes, and then from your pelvis, extend and lengthen out through the top of your head. And then release, exhale, press back down, dog. Great. Inhale, step your left foot forward, lunge. Pivot that right heel to the floor, warrior two. Good. You got it. So flip the left palm to face the sky, reverse. Good, and then from here, straighten your left leg. Yeah, so both legs are straight here. And now come up with straight legs. Inhale, get nice and tall. And exhale, here we go, Trikonasana, triangle pose, touch down. Good. Ruth, I hope you're getting to practice too. Good, and then stretch your right arm across your ear. And then we'll try that funky movement here to kind of target in here into the side body and the quadratus lumborum. So reach the right hand kind of towards the right front corner and reach that rib cage up. Awesome, and then bring it back across. Yes, and then maybe a little core work here, right? Left arm. Yeah, you got it, it's super fun, right? Good, and then touch down, very nice, step back down. Great. Inhale, come forward, plank it. And then exhale, lower down here. Let's see what I want to do here. Let's do Ardha Vikasana first, right? Okay. And I'm going to share with you another quote that was throughout our commencement speech from Maya. You cannot be consistently kind or fair or just or generous or merciful without courage, right? We are courageous yogis today. All right, so prop up on your right forearm, bend your left knee, and reach back with your left hand. You're going to take hold of the top of the foot. So encourage the heel a little closer towards your seat, but tone your belly so that you keep your torso facing forward. It's not an opening up like this. Yeah. Keep that torso forward so you're getting the quad stretch out of it.
So say hello to Jody LaRock and Jennifer Briggs.
Oh, yay! Jody and Jennifer, yay! Hey, guys! Woo!
We got a lot on this morning.
Yay! Everyone's wanting to graduate.
Yes.
And then release. Fantastic. Okay, here we go, other side. Yay! Awesome. Okay, so we'll hug that right heel a little closer towards the seat. Now, see how I'm opened up like this? This is not what I want. Okay. So tone your belly and face forward. Right? Yeah. Good, good, good. Very nice, and then gently release. Good. Okay, so you're gonna come over onto your right side. Let's see here, maybe I should still be over here. So from the right side, we're gonna lay over. This is one of my favorite poses. This is Anatasana, right? So it translates, it's couch pose. Woohoo! Right, we get to be a couch. Okay, so you're gonna stack your legs, stack your feet, and then here's the tendency. Right, the tendency is to send the booty a little further back so that we are not rocking and rolling. I actually would prefer you rocking and rolling, right? So draw that, tone the belly, bring the booty in a little bit more so that you're stacked. Yeah, good. Guys have got it. Good. All right, and then from here, take your top leg, so that'd be your left leg, right, into tree. Good. Yep, you gotta tone that belly so that it prevents you from rocking and rolling around. Good. Yay, and then final option here, I call this the Jane Fonda option, right? So we're gonna take hold, and it doesn't have to be the foot, it may be that we're kind of guiding the leg, right? And extend the leg towards the sky, right? Or we've got that big toe, or actually, for me, I prefer the pinky side edge of the foot. So if this puts you in a position where you are like moving all over the place, create a little kickstand with your bottom leg. Just bend the bottom knee and that'll prevent that from happening. Yeah, good. You guys remember this with Jane Fonda? I'm dating myself, right? With the leg warmers and the leotard. I think she's on the front cover of a DVD or something like this. Great, and then gently release. Okay, so let's come over onto the left side. And we'll do the same thing. So stack yourselves as straight as you can, tone your belly. Yeah. Awesome. Good. Very nice. And then tree pose. So Vrikshasana, right, in Anatasana. Great. And then here we go, little Jane Fonda. Woo! Yes. Very nice. Good. Or if you like, that outer edge of the foot, which I prefer. That's just me, though. Awesome. And then gently release. All right. Come back onto your bellies. Good. And then press your way back, downward dog. Good. All right, on your next inhale, step forward, walk forward. And exhale, fold. Very nice. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Good. Firm the muscles of your legs, hands on your hips, extend your spine. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Awesome. Okay, so back to the top of our mats here. We've got a little chair pose. Let's do a little two-part chair, and then we'll work some sissy squats. So, John, these will be good for you, right, with the knee, and we'll just do what we can. I know my knees have been kind of funky lately. All right, so here we go with chair pose, Utkatasana. Inhale, stretch up. Good, and then exhale, bring your arms on the table. Close your fingers for this one, just try it. Arm bones back, good, and then sit back in your chair. Good, so keep the chest lifted, tone your belly, sit a little deeper, and then just be mindful if the knees are kind of turning inward, right? We want to keep them nice and parallel. Yeah, awesome. Can you lift your toes? Yeah, good, inhale, rise up, very nice. And exhale, arms back on the table. Close the fingers. Lift your heels this time. So you're on the balls of the feet. So here's how this one differs from the one that we just did, right? You want to keep your spine nice and straight. So I'll turn sideways so that you can see. So the tendency in this pose is for people to sit their booty back. That's not the pose. You want to be as if you're up against a wall. In fact, you could probably practice up against a wall. So bend your knees and then come down with a nice straight spine. You guys see how my butt's not sticking back? Yeah. So So mirrors are good here, and you want to keep your heels high just so you can be aware and see. Yeah. This one will work, yeah. Good. Very nice. Inhale, rise up. Beautiful. And exhale, hands to your heart. Okay, so now we're going to work some sissy squats here. They're not sissy squats by any means. Courtesy of Pam Owens. Okay. So this works the knee joint, right? It also works the ankles, and we're also going to work the toes as well. So here's what it's going to be. You're going to start to shift your weight into the balls of your feet and then into your toes, and you're going to lift the heels. And then you're going to come to a nice squat. You're going to come all the way down if you can. The exception is if there's pain. If there's pain, you stop where you need to. So here's what it'll look like. You'll come all the way down and then all the way back up. Yeah, you guys got it? Okay, all right, so here we go. So start to shift the weight into the balls of the feet and then into your toes and then lift your heels. That's just done methodically. And then here we go, start to squat down. So knee issues, if you're feeling pain, you just stop where you need to, right? Or we come all the way down. Good, keep that nice straight spine, and then up you come. And then slowly lower the heels. Good, let's do a couple more. Here we go, again, kind of this rolling movement here through the feet, into the toes, lift the heels. Good, down you come. Yep. And then back up. And back down. Good. So this one here, if you want to knee tap on the floor, feel free to do that. That's just the added challenge. We'll do two more. So here we go. Lift up on the toes. Good. Squat down. And then if you want, the knees can tap the floor. I'm not so graceful with this one. Yeah. Ideally, they'd be done together. And then come on up. Good. And then lower down. All right, last one. Here we go. So weight into the balls of the feet and into the toes, lift the heels. Woo! Squat. Yep. Maybe knee tap. Maybe not. Good. And then come on up. Awesome. And then release. Great. Let that go. Good. Okay, so this is a new one for us. So I'm going to show it and then I'll show you what the modification is. So what we're going to do, we're going to work a little internal and external rotation in the hips while we're in Malasana, right? So that may be, yeah, maybe not available. So here's what it'll look like and here's what we'll do. So we'll work the right side first, right? So my left leg is going to stay here and I'm going to use my left arm to just kind of keep it from moving. So you're going to externally rotate here, come on the outer edge of your foot, and then you're going to internally rotate coming on the inner edge of your foot. Now, if that's not available, you sit down. Right? You can do it from, this is called a bear sit, right? So you can do it from a bear sit, okay? All right, so let's see what we can do. So with that Malasana, if you're doing Malasana, you want to try to get the heels on the floor, so go wider with your stance if you need to. Or you can prop and put something underneath the heels. Let's quickly work that right leg. So here we go, externally rotate. You got it. And then internally rotate. So knee comes in as far as it can and the outer edge of my foot's lifting. It's fine. Good, two more like that. Good. And then internal. Let me move my arm out of the way so you guys can see. Yeah, you got it, good. And then external and internal. Good. And then we're gonna stand back up. Before we do the other side. Good. And Sue's got a great idea. She's on a block. So you can sit on a block too, right? Or sit on your bum and just do it from a bear sit. All right, so we're going to come back down. And my legs are pretty wide because that's what my squat is for me, right? All right, and then here we go. So now we're going to work the left side here. I'm going to use my right arm to just kind of brace the right leg so that it's not moving at all. So here we go with the left leg. So externally rotate. Oh my goodness. And then internally rotate. Good, so knee moves away. Yeah, not much is happening. And then knee moves in, right? Then the outer edge of that foot may peel off. Good, and then back out. And then in. So John, it may be better doing it from the bear sit for you. Yeah, good, and then go ahead and stand. Whew. Yeah, all right. So after doing that, let's see how our tree pose is, right? Vrikshasana. So I like the wood floor, but that's me. You can certainly be on your mat, so we're going to take the right leg and go ahead and place it for tree. So option one, you can be nice and low down by your ankle. You can be on your calf. You can be against the knee so long as there's no knee issues, or you can be above here. Good. And then from here, can you squeeze your right foot and your left leg into one another to create that toning, right? And then lengthen your spine. Good, you guys are doing great. I wish I could see all your trees. Good, and then stretch up. Yes, squeeze. Very nice. And then release. All right, let's get the other side in. So left leg. Good, and you may find one side's a little easier for you than the other. Yeah, these beautiful asymmetries that we have. Good, so squeeze in and lengthen. Yeah, and stretch. I can't wait to see some of you next week. Yay, soften the shoulders. Good.
Sign up.
Yeah, do sign up ahead, guys, so that you can get in here. Yeah, we're so excited to see you. Good, and then gently release. Fantastic. Let's try that one more time, right leg. Good. So we'll squeeze in and lengthen. We'll try a little change in the arms. Why not, right? So I'll add a little crescent move here with the arms. So stretch up. Good. Get nice and grounded here. And then with your right hand, take hold of that left wrist. I'll stretch up and over to the right. Maybe, right? And so where's your gaze? You're still gazing forward. Yeah, just stretching out this left line of the body. Good, inhale, come back, center, very nice, and exhale, release. All right, let's try the other side. So left leg. Squeeze in. Lengthen your spine. Good. And then stretch up. Nice, and then with your left hand, grab onto your right wrist and stretch up and over to the left. So stretching that right side of the body. Good. Just do what you can. Keep your focus forward. The gaze doesn't change. Yeah. And then inhale, come back center. Very nice. And then exhale, release. Fantastic. Okay, come to the top of your mats. We've got a little, I think it's modified Vashisthasana we're doing. No. We'll actually do some stuff for the shoulders. So hang on. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Then it's Vashisthasana. Good. Bend your knees, place your hands, step or walk back down dog. Great. And then lower your knees. Awesome. And then have a seat. So I'm going to sit on the tops of my feet because that's comfortable for me. If it's not for you, it's fine. Find a cross-legged position. That's good for you. Great. So we're going to do a little controlled articulated rotations for the shoulders. Okay? All right, so take your left arm across, and I'm just doing this as a gentle reminder so that I am not moving my torso around and I'm not compensating. So here's what the movement will look like, right? We're gonna lift the right arm up, so I'm staying kind of internally rotated here, right? And then I'm gonna turn out. Actually, that's external. I'm thinking too hard, guys. And then we're gonna bring it back behind us and then bring it through. So we're gonna do a couple of those. That makes sense? Okay, here we go. Right arm up. Good. Now start to turn it out. So now we're going into internal rotation. Try to keep that as you bring it back behind you and then bring it through. Good, let's do two more like that. So up you come. Good, now turn the palm out. Yeah, and then back behind you. This is really good for the rotator cuff. Good, one more. So the same thing applies here, guys. If there's pain, make your circle small enough that you're not having pain. Turn the palm out. And the idea here is just that we are only moving in the shoulder socket. Good. Now let's reverse the direction here. So the palm is going to face back behind you, and you'll get stuck. And that'll be it. And then you're going to open back up. Open the palm. Up and down. Good. So palm back behind you. Lift it as high as you can. And that's when you're going to start to open up here. Now we're going external rotation. Yep. And up. And down. One more like that. Good. Back. Very nice. Blackie, this is good for your golf. Yeah. Good. Uncle Tom, I hope you're doing this one today. Good. And then release. Fantastic. Okay, so let's go to the other side. So we've got the left arm here. Up. Yep. Now turn the palm away and reach back behind you. Just a big circle, that's all we're doing. And then bring it through. Up. Good. Palm out and back around. Good. One more. Hang with me. You guys are doing great. Good. Slow and methodical. And again, clicking and that kind of stuff, Just make sure there's no pain. That's what I would be concerned about. Okay? I've got some clicking going on too. All right, so here we go. Now let's reverse. So palm faces back. You lift as high as you can. That's where it is, guys. There's internal rotation. And then here we go. Start to open. Yeah. And then lift up. Yeah, you got it. Good. 2 more. So reach back. Open. Yeah. And down. Good. And then back. Yeah. Good. Awesome. Great. Okay, now a little Vashisthasana prep, okay? And maybe you'll see now why I did the shoulder stuff for us, right? When we do Vashisthasana. Okay, so from your hands and knees, come back to your down dog. Awesome. On your next inhale, step your right foot halfway up your mat. And then pivot your right foot 90 degrees to the right. And then come on the outer blade of your left foot. So the pinky side edge of your foot. Good, and then from here, you're gonna push away with your left hand, right foot, and lift your hips up. So try to rainbow here. The right glutes get a nice stretch here, and then right arm up. And if you like, you can take it across your ear, and even round up a little bit here with the rib cage. Oh, that feels good. Yay! Good, touch down, step back down dog. And here we go, left side. So step the left foot halfway up. Pivot your left foot 90 degrees and come on the outer blade of your right foot. And then push away from the mat and lift your hips up. Left buttock area gets a good stretch. Stretch up. Good. Left arm across your ear and you can reach up even more here. Very nice. Touch down, step back down dog. Great, take a child's pose. Good. Okay, so next one is Vashisthasana, where we're going to stack the feet. So let me show you some options here. You can do the one we just did, is fantastic. Or if stacking the feet's not available, okay, this is one I did while I was pregnant, right? So take that top foot forward, right? And that way you have the base of both feet to lift up. It's really nice. Good. So this is an option as well, okay? Or we do the first option, or you're stacking your feet. All right, let's do it. Down dog. Awesome. So come on the outer blade of your left foot and stack your right foot on top. Good. And then push away and lift, and you can do this option here too. So you should notice here that my left hand is just slightly forward of my shoulder. It's not directly under the shoulder. It creates a better angle here for Vashisthasana, so it doesn't pull on the shoulder and the wrist. Good. Touch down, down dog. So just be mindful of that for yourself if you notice something just doesn't feel right. Okay? All right. So come on the outer blade of the right foot, stack the left foot on top. Or take your option. Good. And then lift up. And this one as well, you can stretch the arm over too. Good. Yep, and then notice your hand should be slightly forward of your shoulder. Awesome. Touch down, step back down dog. Child's pose. Great. Okay, so our final variation, right, is Vashisthasana with tree, okay, Vrikshasana. So let's give it a whirl. You have the other two options as well for yourselves. Okay, let's do it and get it done. It's going to be great. Here we go. Down dog. Great. Come in the outer blade of the left foot. Stack your right foot on top. So you got option 1, option 2, or option 3. Right, and stretch up. Woo! Good times. Very nice. Touch down, step back, down dog. Yeah. Okay, let's do the other side. So come on the outer blade of the right foot, stack your left foot on top, or take the first variation, that's fine. Okay, and maybe you're taking the tree. Right, and then stretch up. And notice as I'm stretching up here, guys, my bottom foot is getting a little more connected into the mat. Yeah, it just gives me a little more traction. Awesome, touch down, down dog, child's pose. Good. Push your way up, come on your backs. good sign, right? Pam, I hope you're practicing with us today too. Out in your garden with the birds. Okay. All right, so bring your arms out to a T, bend your knees, cross your right leg over the top of the left. Pick up your hips, shift them a little bit to the right, set them down. Draw your knees in and then take them over towards the left. If something doesn't feel right in your back, right, uncross your legs, it's fine. Good, and then inhale, come back center, and gently uncross. Shift your hips back to the middle. And now cross the left leg over. Pick up your hips, shift them a little bit to the left, and again, that's to create the curve in the low back and the lumbar spine. Knees in, and then take them over towards the right. Good, and then inhale, come back center and gently uncross and shift your hips. Good, now hug your knees in, great, and then rock side to side. Good, and then come back center and give yourselves a nice tight squeeze, nice tight hug. Tilt your chin down towards your chest. Awesome, and then gently release, extend your legs, stretch your arms overhead, point your toes. Good, relax your legs, and then lower your arms and just find a position that's comfortable for you. Gently invite a deeper breath to fill your body. Softly allow some movement in your fingers and your toes. Stretch your arms overhead and point your toes. Bend your knees. And curl to your right or left. Use both arms and gently turn your hearts a little more towards your mat as you bring yourselves up. Yeah. That can help prevent that head rush. All right, so find a comfortable seat for you. Nice. Sitting nice and tall. Draw your palms together in front of your hearts and bow your heads. Thank you for honoring me with your presence this morning on this graduation day. I'm so appreciative of you. And I'd like to leave you with what Maya left us with during her commencement speech. Get on out of here. And with your very life, pay for somebody else to get here years down the line. The light and the goodness in my heart honors the light and the goodness in yours always.